Benson from Youth Connection Ministries, also Youth 101, with a video from our book series. This video is actually going to be very short because it is finals week for me and for a lot of our other viewers. We're almost there, almost the end of the semester, finally. The book I'm going to be talking about is White Fang. It was written by Jack London. He's the same author for The Call of the Wild, except that it's a kind of a reverse story. Rather than the story being about a dog when it becoming a wild dog, it's actually about a 3/4 wolf dog who is redeemed and eventually becomes a pet. I wanted to talk about this book because it reminds me a lot about how we are redeemed. The dog grew up in the wild. It knew not about man or about being civilized. It just knew about eat meat and blood. The book is it explains itself very beautifully. It uses wonderful diction. The author goes very in detail and explains short passages such as being amazed by the salmon and swimming in the river, little beavers swimming. It's quite magical, but then the author shifts the focus from the things the wolf cub is seeing, to also the thoughts he experiences as he begins his logic. These things are bad, these things are good. I should not bite weasels because it will bite me back, but I can eat birds, just have to stay away from the hawk because that might eat me. And as the cub grows, he starts to adapt his thinking until finally he is captured by some humans and he's put together with other wolf dogs, but since he is more wolf than domesticated dog, he does not blend in, so he's basically ostracized. And sometimes when we come into the church, we are ostracized, not because we're like, oh well, you're kind of doing it wrong, or people may say, well, maybe they're not as judgmental, but we may feel ostracized because we know that we're different. And it's also for people who've grown up in the church their whole lives. They may also experience this sense of loneliness. However, the book explains how the dog would continue to entertain himself, but it also shows how he became hardened and had a lack of empathy towards the other dogs. He just tried to do his job, avoid getting beaten, and be fed well. Until finally he was sold to yet another human who was very brutal. The owner, rather than using him as a sled dog or as a hunting dog, used them to fight other dogs, similar to those caged dog fights. And the dog will just fight and fight and fight. He eventually became a killing machine until finally he was going to die in one fight, and someone saved him. Someone forced the owner, saying, this is a horrible thing you're doing to this dog, and just said, give me the dog. And the abusive owner began to protest until the soon-to-be owner began to basically give him looks and pointing towards his, motioning toward his own rifle, and because the abusive owner was such a coward, he backed down, and the other man just paid the price and took the near dead dog and tried to nurse it back to health. It's not like one of those happy endings though, where it's like, oh, I saved the dog is so grateful, the dog was savage. It actually bit the man who saved him. It bit him, and someone else actually told the new owner, why are you having this dog? This dog is useless. You should have just put it out of its misery, and it bit you too. How are you going to tame that thing? It's a wild animal. Eventually, he was patient. He began to understand the wolf dog's boundaries. And slowly, I hint, the wolf dog became tamed. He loved his owner in such a way that he had not loved his other owners before. He wasn't just grateful for the food, he looked forward to being petted. And when the owner had to leave, mind you, this takes place in Yukon during the gold rush era. When the person was going to move back to California, the dog wanted to go with him. And the story basically ends with the dog living with the new owner in California, a happy life. And it makes me think of us. We go through life, and then we come across this point in our life, or a series of points in our life, where God intervenes and helps us grow. And I know we're not dogs. Wolf. Oh, I wonder if you can hear my dog. She's in the background. It's so funny. I wanted to share this Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 6:20. For you have been bought with a price, therefore glorify God in your body. It's just how that man managed to buy the wolf dog. Jesus Christ had to pay the price for us. My dog, she's still in the background. She's probably agreeing with me, I hope. Just how we have to be strong and grow. We need to acknowledge that we are going to have our own struggles in redemption. Accepting that we are redeemed. It took even though the dog was purchased, in a sense, the dog was not warm-hearted towards its new owner. Just like how Jesus Christ, just because he died on the cross, we're not just boom, automatic, straight to heaven, guys. One way, non-refundable ticket. It's like, whoa, hang on. You've got to play the part too. Just because you buy the dog, it's like going to the pet shop. You pay $60, get a pet. It's like, that's my pet. It could be some dog who just like looks at you and it's just like, whatever, and it just goes in the corners like, feed me, human. It's like, no, you want a dog like Maggie. Maggie, come here, Maggie. Oh yeah, mama, come here, Maggie. Oh yes, you're a good girl. Yes, you're a good girl. I know you can't see her, but this is the kind of dog you want. Oh, actually, let me show you her. Oh, I know, Maggie, no. Well, basically, this ended up being a lot longer than I expected, but remember that there's always a price for everything, and that the price for redemption has already been paid. Now we just have to work at it and give thanks for it. Kind of like, in a sense, we kind of owe, but we do it for our own joy. It's kind of like taking out the trash. It's like not taking out the trash because your parents tell you to. It's taking out the trash because I want to take out the trash. That way the house doesn't smell bad. Anyway, that's enough for one video. Goodbye.